Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm filming one of my favorite types of videos to do. One of you mentioned in my comments in my recent video that you wanted to see another updated fall favorites. I think the last one I did was in 2022. So I figured it's about time. There are some new favorites that I have, but of course there's still some that I have in there that I've loved for years. You can check out my old fall favorites. I'll try to link them all down below so you can refer to them because there are some different polishes, but of course there are some that are still the same because they're polishes that I've loved for a long time. So without further ado, let's get into all the polishes. I think I have like 30, maybe 31. Plus a lot of others that I'm going to mention. I was going to try to keep it down to like 12, but fall is one of my favorite times to wear nail polish, and there's just too many good ones. I just had to mention them all. So excited for fall, and today's the day that I first felt like it's time for fall. Yesterday was 90 degrees and I feel like that was going to be our last 90-degree day, and so I went out and I switched all my porch to fall and I planted some fall plants in my front yard, and I have that on my gardening channel. If you guys didn't know, I have a gardening channel too, but so I'm feeling all the fall and I'm ready. Today's like the first cool day, so it's in the 60s, and so I'm ready. I'm ready. Before we get into it, let's talk about what's on my lips. I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury Talk to Me. It's my favorite nude polish. I wear it all the time. It's just a good standby go-to. And then I will link this sweater. It's so cute. I think I got it on Ruly, but I just love it's got these blue stripes all the way down, and it's just a little bit lighter and perfect for fall, and I'm ready for it. I'm sweating in it a little bit. It's not quite cool enough for it yet, but we're getting there. Okay, let's get into my favorites. So we're gonna start, like I always do, in color categories, going lightest to darkest, and we're gonna start off with some gray polishes. First up is O&J Self Portrait, and this one came out in their most recent fall collection for 2024, and it's a beautiful gray. What I like about this gray is it's a little bit cool toned, it leans a little bit blue, and so it's slightly different than other grays that I have, and it's just beautiful. And I love the glossy formula that's buildable, and it just is a really, really nice color. That collection actually this year was pretty good, and this one especially. This other gray, Petal Pushers, this has been around for a really long time. It came out in spring 2015, and I pulled it out recently for a lot of comparisons, and it just reminded me how much I love this polish. It was probably the first kind of blue leaning gray that I really loved, and this one's more of a mid-tone, and the formula is fantastic, just like all the polishes in that collection. It just goes on beautifully in one coat. Mine is getting a little bit thicker just because I've had it for like, what, 10 years almost? And so it's about time I need to add a little bit of thinner to this. I will link down the thinner that I love. It's the one from Glisten and Glow, and it's amazing. So I'll link that down below. But yeah, this kind of gray blue is so moody and beautiful, and I love it so much. And you can still find it on Amazon. Studs and Spikes is next, and this one is stunning. It kind of blew me away. This is from the new Essie collection for fall 2024. It is just so fun. It's a little bit moody, a little edgy. It's kind of a maroon based silvery glittery shade, and so I feel like it's a little bit different. It's a little bit warmer and a little earthy, and I just love it so much. For someone who doesn't like glitters, I sure love this one, and I'm super excited to wear it. I'm gonna wear it as it gets just a little bit colder. Yesterday was like our last temperature in the 90 degrees, I think, and then today's like the first cool day in the 60s, and so I'm super excited for the cold weather. I'm really feeling it. I'm ready to do fall. In fact, I already redid my porch and put that on my garden channel, and I'm just so ready for it. So this one is giving me all the fall feels with a little bit of edge, and I like it. And you can't go wrong with like a purpley taupe shade, and this one's Stay Off the Trail from Morgan Taylor. This is from the Change of Pace 2023 fall collection, and I love these taupey shades. They're so great. I love the formula. I'm really liking Morgan Taylor right now, especially their brushes. But there are a lot of other brands that have colors like this. Of course, the classic OPI Topaz Beach. And then there's also one from Orly that they released, I believe, last year, I think. You're Blushing, and maybe is just a little more pink leaning, but that's a really great one too. OPI, yeah, I didn't stick it in here. OPI Peace of Mind. That one's really fantastic too. I posted that one when it came out. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, and I got like 2 2 million views on it just because everybody loved it so much. That one's a little more gray and a little lighter, but that's kind of in the same color family, and it's really nice to have a beautiful taupe shade, and this one has a really fantastic formula, and that's why I added it in here because it's probably my favorite right now, but my favorites obviously change from time to time, but I wanted to talk about this one specifically. Next up is You've Got Nail, and this is a beautiful shade from the OPI fall collection this year. All of them are kind of this metallic shimmer. Now, I have not reviewed this collection yet, but I did want to pull this one out because I tried them on my hand. And I don't know what's going to go up first, that collection or this. We'll see, and you'll know by the time you're watching this. But this is the one that's a standout for me in this collection, and maybe I'm giving that away, but I wasn't like super excited about the collection anyway. So it's not like a huge giveaway. But this one's really beautiful, and it's perfect for fall. It's just that moody purple. While it's metallic, it's not super metallic. I don't know how to explain it. They're really interesting, and I'll probably go in more in depth in my review. But this one is just beautiful, and I love the color tone, and I think it's kind of a fun steely color. Pretty cool. And then one of my absolute fall favorites is Addio Bad Nails Ciao Great Nails, and this is a beautiful purple leaning taupe shade. I would say it leans a little more heavily on the purple side. It is gorgeous. It has this really interesting, it's not a texture, I talk about this all the time. It's not really glitter, but there's some fine particles in there that just make it really interesting, and they're not shimmery, so I don't know how to explain them, but they do describe them as glitter, but it's just beautiful, and I love it for fall. I almost put this one on, but I decided to put the one on that I'm wearing on my nails today, and we'll talk about that one in a minute, but this one is just stunning. Then we have this classic Merino Cool, and I wasn't going to put this in because it's such an old polish, but man, I feel like it's still a thing. Is it still a thing? Let me know if it is. I want to know if it's still a thing. For me, it's still a thing. And I couldn't leave it out, and it's been around for a long time. In fact, fall 2010 is when it came out, and I just love the mulberry purple shade. It's just beautiful, and it's a classic, and you probably have it if you're watching this, and if you don't, let me know. I'd like to know who doesn't have this, and do you want it? I think you should get it, and you still can. I found it available on Amazon, and I just love the smokiness of this shade. And then this gorgeous shade, I'm sure you guys know I was going to put this one in because ever since it came out, and I didn't write down the year, it was a couple years ago. I'll put the name of the collection, of course, on the screen as always, but this one is a beautiful purple shade, but it's definitely more blue leaning, and it's a little bit muted and moody, and it's fun. It's perfect for fall. It's one of my fall staples, and it'll probably be in my favorites for a really long time. It's just a really nice shade with a beautiful formula, and you definitely need this one. Perfect kind of grayed out blue with a splash of purple. Okay, now we're gonna get into like the maroon shades. Rooting For You is the next one, and it's from the Believe in Yourself collection that came out in 2021. It was a Target exclusive collection, so this one is really hard to find. I think you can probably find it somewhere if you want to really go on a hunt. I will try to link something down below, but I think it's kind of random where you can find it, and sometimes that makes me nervous to link those. But this one is just so beautiful. I love it. It's like a maroon, but it's more brown leaning, and so it's very warm and earthy, and I really do like those earthy tones this time of year, just to feel that warmth and coziness, and this one just does that job for me. It's just spectacular. Love this shade so much. This will probably be in here for a while as well. And you can see that this Merino Cool is definitely a cooler tone than this next one I'm going to talk about. This next one's a little bit more berry tone, and this one's Angora Cardi, and this is just a staple and a classic. Also, this is just what I think of when I think of fall and I think of Essie. It's just one that's well known, and if you don't have this one either, you probably should get it. And I found this one on Amazon as well, and this is the one that I'm wearing on my nails, and it's stunning. I really wanted to wear it, and it's perfect as we're getting just a little cooler, but not quite super cold, because I'll wear darker and darker colors, so this one I like to wear kind of early fall. This one's great. It's got a great formula, and you can't go wrong with it. Then compared to that is this next one, and this one's just a little bit more purple and a little more grayed out, and it is one that I absolutely love. This is Claydreaming from the Downtown LA collection in 21. It's stunning. I posted this one on Instagram as well, and it has like 8.4 million or something like that. Everyone went crazy over it. It does go a little bit darker on the nail than it looks in the bottle, though it is a little bit richer and deeper than you think, and it's just awesome too. I like that it's a little more cool tone, so it's a little bit different than Angora Cardi. So if you like warmer tones, then I would get Angora Cardi, and if you like cooler tones, then I would go with this Claydreaming, but you can't go wrong with either, and I wear both for sure. Okay, that's it for that category. What category should we do next? I think next I'm gonna do greens, and I think I have the most of greens, like always, especially in the fall. You guys know me, I love green. In my transitional favorites video that I put up last month, I talked about sage green, and as we're getting into early fall, I love this kind of mid-tone sage green, and this one's called Still Life of Flowers from the new Olive and June fall collection for this year. It's beautiful. The formula is really great too. It's like that acrylic formula, but it's very buildable, so it builds up really nicely in 2 coats, but it gives you that nice glossy look. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit cooler toned and has just a hint of blue in it. It's just a stunning, stunning mid-tone sage. And then DND has sent me a lot of polishes, and this one's called Natural Gray, and I really love this one so much. It's such a unique color. So when you look at it, you think, is it gray? Is it blue? Is it green? You can see all those colors in it, and hopefully you can see it here. It's just very unique. It's got a smokiness to it, which I really look forward to in the fall. It's just interesting. So I didn't know what category to stick it in, and I stuck it in the green because I feel like it's kind of close to the next one I'm going to talk about, but it is a little bit more grayed out than the next one. And it is so good. Their formula is so great. This is actually from their new collection. I'll put the name of it on the screen because I can't remember. It's right in front of me, but every time they send me a collection, it's a 36-piece collection, and that's this new one that they just came out with too, and it's got some beautiful shades in there, and I'm hoping I can get to it. I think I will, but it's just it's a little overwhelming, but I probably will get to it because I think there's some great polishes in there. But yeah, I love this one. It's quite unique, I feel like. Just hanging around is that next one that I was talking about. It's from the In Frame Fall 2024 collection from Morgan Taylor, and as soon as I saw this green, I was like, yep, that is my shade. Yep, this might be my favorite for the whole year. It might be. It's a beautiful kind of teal leaning green, but it's got a lot of gray in it too. It could almost pass for gray too, and that's why I said it's pretty close to this one too, but you can tell this one's a little bit lighter and a little bit smokier, so they are just slightly different, and I like them both. I like this one better because I do feel like it does lean a little bit more green, and when you look at it, you can tell it's green, but I'm sure there's times you're going to think it might be gray or a dark gray. But it is perfect and moody and perfect for fall. I'm loving this one so much. It really might be my top for the year. We'll have to see. Morgan Taylor, that collection was really fantastic too. If you haven't got this one already, you should probably think about getting it. I did find that when I did comparisons, it was pretty close to the perfect cover up, but I do feel like even though in the picture they looked exact, I feel like this one is a little bit smokier. So I don't know, there's that. You can probably pull that one out too, but I just feel like this one is a little bit different and I love it. Next up is things I've seen in Abergreen, and this came out quite a while, 2019, their fall collection. I can't believe it's been around that long, but it's been my favorite green ever since. My favorite fall green, I will say, is this one. I haven't found anything to top this one. It's cool tone, but it has a slight bit of warmth to it. That sounds kind of weird, but it does. It just does. It's gorgeous. I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say about it, but this is my favorite fall green ever, and it probably will be for a long time. I'm never getting rid of this. It's going to stay in my fall favorites. Unless a company can bring me something that I like a little bit more. We'll have to see. That's a challenge. But it's so good. Got a little bit of smokiness to it too. Artwork in Progress is also from the Morgan Taylor fall collection for this year, and this one kind of blew me away too. I put it in the green category because it is kind of green, but it's also kind of brown. It's a really murky, muddy brown. It's perfect for fall. It's a little bit grungy. I love a good fall neutral, and this is it. And it's a little bit unique, I feel like. Okay, so next category I'm gonna do are gonna be like the spicy colors, like the pumpkin spicy fall colors that you typically think of in fall. And there's some that I absolutely love. The Autumn Spice collection in 2021 from China Glaze brought us this gem called Love You A Latte, and I love it a latte. It's so good, you guys. It's a very warm, I would say kind of gingerbready, but a little bit warmer than that. It's just a perfect fall color. It's has a little bit of orange in it too. So this is about as orange as I like to go. There's some good orange shades from OPI that are good for fall, but I like some that are more brown leaning, so this is my favorite. It's kind of like a spicy hot chocolate color. It's got a little red to it. And it's fantastic. One of my faves for sure, and the formula is really great on this one too. And this new one that Orly brought us from their new collection this year, which was a pretty good collection, is called Rustic Root, and it's a beautiful kind of red brown with this rusty colored glitter in there that gives it this gorgeous color. And the shimmer in there, I would say it's more shimmer, not glitter, but it's a shimmer that's very subtle, and the polish kind of tones it down a little bit, so it's not too flashy, but it's flashy enough that it's a little bit different, and it's totally fall feeling. So I think you guys really like this one. I like it too, so of course I added it to my favorites. And another gorgeous one, which might knock this one down a few notches, this Love You A Latte, although I still love it, is this one called 15 Minutes of Frame. And this is from the new Morgan Taylor fall collection this year as well. It just has a little bit more red to it, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit smoky. It's kind of rusty, but a little richer and a little more red. And it's perfect for fall. Perfect for November. I would say around Thanksgiving time is going to be when I want to wear this color. Modern Auburn is another great one from China Glaze, and it's gorgeous. It's a creamy kind of raspberry maroon. So yeah, so it definitely has more kind of pink red to make it that raspberry, but it's still a maroon, and it is gorgeous. I love this one too. I would say especially these three. Oh my gosh. I just dropped them both. Loves You A Latte, Modern Auburn, and 15 Minutes of Frame. Those three are like fall must-haves, especially if you like these kind of spicy colors. This one's probably one of my favorites because I like the raspberry shades, and I didn't put any raspberry shades in here, which is kind of interesting, so I want to mention a few. Essie Bahama Mama. There's a new one from Orly that I didn't pull out that I really love too. These are just going to be mentions. I didn't mention any, but I usually do wear raspberry too, but I just must have not been feeling it right now, but this is a good one too. And you can watch my other reviews because I'm sure I've mentioned some raspberry polishes in it, but that's nice because this one's a little bit different, so it has different polishes in it. But this is a really good one. You can still get it on Beyond Polish, just so you know. I was surprised that quite a few of these were still available on Beyond Polish, and if you do shop there, use my code GOLARI10 for a discount. This is ORLY Skystone from their new fall collection, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's a little bit dusty. It's not quite a teal, but yet it is. It's like so close to a teal, but like it's just not quite there. But it's beautiful, and I love that it's a little bit brighter but still a little bit muted at the same time. And yeah, I think it's fun. It's showing up more blue on my camera. It's definitely a little bit more green than it's showing up, but really great one. And I usually add some other like cornflower blues, but I didn't this year because I'm feeling some kind of darker blues that I wanted to talk about. So definitely go watch my old videos to see which ones of those that I like. One that I'm really looking forward to wear is Never Too Bold, and this is from the Essie Punk at Heart Fall 2024 collection that just came out. I have a review of that. I'll put all the links to my reviews like always down below. But this is so good. I was so excited to wear it. It's like this beautiful shimmery blue, perfect for fall. I love navy blue. It's just a stunning shade, and like I said, I can't wait to wear it as it gets a little bit colder. Then Punk at Hark, the namesake of that collection from Essie that came out this fall, is this beautiful navy, and I love it. There's lots of navies that Essie has. This is the one that I pulled in because it's fresh and new. There's a ton more like Infinity Cool. Just pull any of them out. They're all pretty much the same. This one is a little more inky and rich, which I've really been craving the last couple years. Sometimes I like them dusty, sometimes I like them a little more rich. This one's really great. I've really been wanting to wear navy blue on my toes too, so I think next time I go get a pedicure, I'm gonna get a dark rich navy blue, and I think that's gonna be so fun for fall. Navy is just a given in the fall. You have to wear navy. Okay, now we're gonna go brown. Lights Down Music Up was released from last year's fall collection from Essie, and I instantly fell in love with it. I like this brown because it's a little bit purple leaning. It's almost like close to Smokin' Hot or Merino Cool, I would say. Here's Merino Cool. Whoa. But it's a little bit darker and more brown. So look how, oh, I love them. This one's so good. So it's cool toned and just so fun. Such a great brown. I love a good cool tone brown, but I'm really loving the purple toned browns. And I'm giving you more purple. I know in my transition video, I was like, hey, I didn't put any purples in there. Well, that's because I wear them all like when fall starts. So here's all the purples that you guys were really wanting, and this one's stunning. And I'm really into the warm browns. This one I've added before. This is Cliffside Karaoke, so it's kind of a mid-tone warm brown, and it was actually released in OPI's Malibu Summer Collection. I believe it was 2021. Yeah, it was kind of a weird release for summer. I've been loving it for fall, and I'll wear it this fall too, but it's just a really great brown. Another great brown is this OPI Purrride, and I was looking forward to wearing it this fall. I came out this summer. It's okay, Piper. Piper, come here. Come here. It's just Paige. Anyway, can't remember what I was saying about this one, but it's definitely a lot darker and richer and warm brown. I usually put a ton of cool tone browns, but this year I decided to just add the warm tone browns that I'm really loving. And you can go back and watch my old videos to see those cool tones, but I'm kind of turning a leaf. And I think I'm just going to wear the warm tone ones this fall just to kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm just going off how I feel, guys. Just going off how I feel. Okay, I lied. I forgot I put this one in here. This is, it's top secret. Actually, this is kind of a balance, a good balance between warm and cool toned. This is one of my favorites. It's like the deepest, darkest you can get as a brown and still be brown on the nail when you look at it, but it's almost black. But I love this one. This came out in the Washington, D.C. 2016 collection, so it's been around for a long time, and it's been one of my favorite browns for a long time. Let's see if I can hold it up next to this one so you can see the difference. See that this is more of a chocolate brown, and this is like a rich, dark chocolate brown. Such a good one. This will probably always be in my favorites too. So good. And then I guess I stuck this in the brown category, but really it's kind of a smoky purple. This is Front of House Glam, and it was from the Sing 2 collection, and it is a stunning shade. It's like a smoking hot with some brown in it, and I'm surprised I didn't put smoking hot in here too, but I've talked about that one so much. It's probably time to just stop talking about all those. I need to get some new, fresh ones in here, and this is that for sure. This is like a smoky purple, brown, gray, all in one, and it's beautiful. You need this one. It's still available at Beyond Polish, pretty sure, and I checked there. And then same thing, this is new from D&D. This is called Silky Beets, and it's a beautiful kind of berry wine shade that we all crave and want in the fall. And I usually wear those typical ones like Wicked and Velvet Voyage is one of my favorites. It's really hard to find now, and OPI has a bunch of shades like this, like Good Girls Gone Plaid, Wanna Rap, and so many of them, but I decided I'd mention those, but I just wanted to try out a new one this year, and I have swatched this and I love it, and it's beautiful, and it's just a little different. It's kind of a raisiny raspberry shade. It's just your perfect fall typical shade that we all crave that gives you kind of that vampy look. So this is a good one, but there's a ton out there, you guys. There's a ton. So I just wanted to try this new one. And then I'm going to end with red. My favorite red to wear is Color Binge, and it's been that way for a long time. Since 2015, that's when I got this shade, and I pull it out every fall. Every fall. We'll see if I will this year. It's about down to here now. I've really used it up quite a bit. It's hard for me to find anything that compares to this one too, because I feel like it's like an orangey red, but it has pink in it. So whenever I compare it to other things, this one just has a little bit of pink that just puts it over the edge and makes me like it a little bit better. I do like a brightness and a pop in fall, and this gives it to me as well, and it's just my favorite. My favorite. I really gotta narrow down something that's really close to this, because this is getting hard to find. You can find it out there, but it's getting hard, and it's just one of my favorite Essies for sure. I just love it. And then I thought I'd bring up the red category, so that one feel left out. And I usually go for Coca-Cola red, or this one here that I have, Big Apple Red, that I haven't really talked about a lot. I've used quite a bit of it though. It's just a perfect typical red. It's a classic red from OPI that's been around for a super long time. It's a good red. Red is a perfect time in the fall. I typically wear more red in the winter than I do the fall, but I know a lot of you love red out there, and I just think this classic is a good one. So those were my fall favorites right now. Okay, we're just gonna have to do it through her singing, but at least she sounds really good. Do you think I'm gonna try to pick my top 5? I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. These are all my favorites, and I just want to wear them all, so I'm going to. I'm gonna wear them all. So what are your favorites? Tell me down below what you're loving to wear this fall, or that you're looking forward to wearing this fall if you're not quite ready or there yet. So I'd love to know. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.